Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here. It is March 27th, 2023, Monday afternoon at about 4:30, maybe 4:45-ish. It's kind of an overcast day. It was raining earlier, but, we can't complain because, we need the rain, so I'm not gonna. So we went out and about for a little bit, and I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment, but she was not in the office, and I'm really bad about not. I'm bad about not answering my phone because normally it doesn't usually ring, and I'm bad about not listening to my voicemail because normally it's not. I figure if it's important, I'll call my husband. So, right, Jelly Bean? Hi, girlfriend. So I did not. So they rescheduled it for Wednesday. No big deal. I wanted to get out of the house anyway, so it's all good. Then we ran into town, and ran a few errands, and that was that. I need to trim my hair again. Anyway, sorry about that squirrel, right? I decided that we need to have more fun on this channel. And I'm going to work harder on that. I've been working really hard on having more of a positive attitude. And I feel a lot better than I have probably in about 6 months. Seriously. At least 6 months. I feel better. I feel more upbeat. I feel more energetic, and like not everything is going to just be horrible in the whole world. So I decided we should have more fun on this channel and just do some fun stuff. I'll share with you. You share with me if you want to. You don't have to if you're more of the quiet type. I know on a lot of my other stuff I'm quiet. You guys wouldn't know that I'm shy, but in public I am. If I met you face to face, I'd be kind of shy to begin with. And then once I get to know you, I'm not near as shy. But we need to have more fun on here. So I am going to try to talk less about what is going on health-wise unless it's pertinent, because we all have our aches and pains, let's face it. You probably don't need to hear all about mine. But just make shorter segments of that. So I thought it might be kind of fun that maybe each week, each Monday, because I try to make a video each Monday. Maybe we do like word of the week. I know it's silly, but just here. So word of the week I picked this week would be edifying. So put that in the sentences as much as you can. If you don't know what it means, look it up. Do your Google or whatever you use for a search engine, and then use it as much as you possibly can. If you won't feel really crazy, use it as many times as you can in one sentence. You make people go, "What is she on?" And just smile at them and just... and color of the week is purple. Now, I have to admit, I love the color purple, so of course I was going to pick the color purple. Yeah. Excuse me. I love the color purple, and so, yeah, that's the color. And the scent of the week, if you want to go that far, is I just picked random bubble gum. The second scent that came to my mind is I love lemon. I especially love lemon eucalyptus. But see, I've been getting more excited about scents because my sense of smell is coming back since I quit smoking and stuff. So, yay! I relapsed. I tell you what, this past year has been one of the hardest years, and I don't know if it's been the most depressed I've ever been, but it's been close to it. It's been a close second. But it might have been even the most depressed. All the way around. And so many things happened, and I just felt overwhelmed, and I felt like it was hopeless and everything. And so depression-wise, it's been really bad. And I relapsed on the smoking. I had quit for about 8 or 9 years before that. Been through so many things and never relapsed. The moves and people dying and everything else. But it was just something about the combination of things, or, who knows. Maybe it was a combination of things and I had, I don't know. But it's over with now. I'm seeing daylight again, and that sunshine is very sweet. So, I appreciate all you guys hanging in there with me. And, I appreciate you guys edifying me along the way so much. And sending me your dreams of purple on clouds of bubble gum with little sudsy bubbles of lemon eucalyptus. Now you know what Brad puts up with me, huh, honey?
What about rainbows and unicorns?
No, because that's not part of our words for this week.
Oh, okay.
See, if you were busy and you missed it.
Okay.
Okay, so you missed all of that.
Please forgive me.
No, you can't play with us now.
But can I say something to what you just said?
Oh, here we go.
Sweetie, you have been, I think the last couple years is the most depressed I've ever seen you.
Really?
The difference is you are so much stronger than you used to be.
If I hadn't I gotta be honest, if I hadn't, what is that, this water? If I hadn't made a promise to my husband about not trying to unalive myself, I just might have. It was that bad, guys. But I made a promise to him years ago that I would not try to unalive myself again. And, because I did try about 17 years ago.
Something like that.
No.
15?
15.
Yeah.
15 years ago. But I promised him then I would never try to unalive myself again. Yeah. So you think it... Yeah, I was very depressed, wasn't I?
Yes, you have been.
You probably will know better than I do because somebody's watching,
And when you're the outsider looking in, you want to do everything you can to help. But then you realize, and I'm a little slow sometimes, but you realize there's, you can only do so much that, they have to make things right within their own head.
Yeah, it did help. There were lots of nights I woke Brad up to talk to me 2 or 3 times a night. There were nights I was afraid I would do something, even though I had promised him that I woke him up to come down there, but that's before we shared a bedroom again.
Yep.
That was part of the reason, one of the part of the reasons he didn't know it until now, that I had him move back in that room was I was afraid I might do something. And I knew I wouldn't if he was in that room. It was that dark of a time. If you guys noticed that I was making less and less videos. But I was in that dark of a place. So many things had happened, one piled on top of the other, and it felt like it was coming from every direction. And there for a while it really was.
Yeah.
And I like to consider myself a very strong person. But this just about crippled me. Took me down on my knees. It just about took me out. And I had to do a lot of out loud praying. And I don't care if you're religious or not. I'm not here to preach to you a single bit. But for me, I had to really start turning it over to God and really start praying. Because I didn't really seriously know if I was going to come out of it being sane or not. I'm still not sure on that.
Yeah.
But no. I wasn't too sure if I wasn't going to have to ask to be hospitalized for a while. It gotten that dark. I hadn't even talked to you about that ever.
No.
I think I had a little bit. But I did not want to go that route again. After I tried to unalive myself, they put you on a mandatory 3-day hold. I got out in less time than that, and I've already told that story time of that. But I wasn't too sure. I knew there were lots of people I could reach out to, lots of people that were worried. I have some really near and dear close friends that I could have reached out to. And I did when I could. And, they'll never know how much their friendship helped sustain me, especially Carol and Kathy. Reading their messages, just knowing somebody out there cared, really meant the world to me. And I'm not saying my depression is all fixed or anything. I will always battle it my entire life. But I think hopefully this is the very lowest I ever feel, because I tell you what, sometimes you will marvel at the degree of cruelty some people will have that were in your life, and you thought, how were these people in my life? And then you know that they're really not in your life, and you need to take steps. There's that saying that if somebody is toxic to you, that you shouldn't be around toxic people. You shouldn't be around toxic people. All they're going to do is drag you down. In having the love and support of my husband, and I know he keeps a careful eye on me and stuff, and I just started to not care about myself. And that's about the time I started smoking. And I knew that it was going to be a very bad slope. In Wyoming, I was a severe asthmatic. For years and years and years, I went to a specialist. And even before we left, I was on nocturnal oxygen. But moving to a kinder climate, with better humidity and stuff, really has helped. Hadn't really had much trouble with the asthma, but I knew if I started smoking again, it was going to really harm my lungs. It was going to really do a number on my lungs. There's lung problems on both sides of my family. So I knew, having watched grandparents and stuff for years and years on oxygen, I knew what that would do. I didn't care. I figured if I was just going to sit here, and if life was just going to keep getting so crappy, and I felt so crappy about my life and stuff, that it didn't matter whether or not I was around long term. And I really felt that way. Also, when you're faced with not knowing what your husband has, if he has, what the degree of what he has, and we didn't know exactly what Brad had. He's been going through testing for quite some time now. We just kept that very quiet. And then to find out that, it was not nearly as bad as we thought. And we're very blessed to catch it as early as we did, that, and with medication can greatly help with the Parkinson's. He's already on one of the medications that's seeming to help with his tremors quite a bit, with his hand tremors. He went to hand me something this morning, and I was amazed, because I'm used to, normally he would hand me something, and his poor hand would just be doing this, and I don't know, I marvel at my husband, because that would frustrate me so badly, and I know it frustrates him, but he doesn't very rarely say too much. Once in a while he'll ask for help, like I have been doing his paperwork and stuff. Not that I think he's going to want to take back that chore. He hates paperwork. I don't mind filling out the paperwork. But it's gotten so much better. But, being faced with that and so many other things, losing 2 pets in his last year, how I found out about my father, and whatever's gone on there, I just have to let go of it and move on in my life, just like I was before I found out. There's a reason why we weren't in contact, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Again, you shouldn't be around toxic people. It's the reason why we moved clear across the country. And it wasn't just because the weather's so much nicer. You can beat a dead horse to death, and it won't change anything. You might as well just move on. And that's what I'm doing. The weather seems nicer. The sun seems a little friendlier. I'm getting excited about planting some stuff. Yes, all my health issues are not solved. I'm breathing a lot better, but I'm still having to do the inhaler and the nebulizer and stuff. But I know that will get better, and I'm just going to throw myself on the mercy of my doctor and tell her exactly what's been going on. And she's going to want to know why I have not been doing my blood work. I have not been in to see her near as often as I should be, and especially this last year and stuff. I'm just going to tell her the truth. I'm just going to tell her the flat truth. And I know she'll appreciate that and she'll understand it. All we can do is go from there, It's like, okay, well, let's go get your blood work done. And okay, let's go start a new game plan now. Now that she knows what's going on, too. She's not stupid. She knew something was going on. I think she suspected. I've mentioned depression or anxiety a few times to her. And she's offered, maybe some online counseling and stuff. And I've done some of that. And that has helped, too. It's kind of like the ingredients to a really great stew. This, part of that. But I'm coming out of it. And I just want to share my story with you guys that might be going through depression or periods of depression, as I put it. You go through your ebbs and your flows. And, don't ever be ashamed of it. We can't control. All we can do is control how we handle it. My depression's always going to be there. Like Brad said, this is the worst he's seen me. And I think it is the worst I've ever been. Overall, the worst I've ever been. But, and I would just stay up. I would just want to stay up for days, too.
Yeah.
Because you can't shut up, you're depressed, you can't shut off the voices and all the stuff you're hearing in your head. It's not voices or anything, it's just, you can't shut your mind down. So anyway, there is hope. I'm not telling you guys just because this worked for me, it's going to work for you. You try your own stuff. What might work for you, may not work for 20 other people and vice versa. But all we can do is just keep being there for each other. You know, it's kind of like a diet plan. No, not one diet plan is for everybody. You know, and if there was just one dedicated color, it all would be purple. I only get a week of purple. Then we'll have to move on to other colors. I was picking out, I want to be known now as a hat lady, okay? So at the end of my life, or even tomorrow, which is not the end of my life, I want to be known now from now on as the hat lady. I was picking out some hats that we're going to be sending to some family members. And, you know, I like to send a lot of hats. Because, well, I had been asked for 6. I think I'm sending like a dozen. But do they have some varieties? Because they're hikers and stuff, you know. And I was very proud, though. I don't normally sit and look at my work. So I was pulling out all these hats, you know, because they're all different sizes. And I have to pull out certain sizes. And I forgot all the work I did. I also was thrilled that it didn't smell like cigarette smoke. Thank goodness I keep my stuff in a zippered plastic case. Thank goodness, because I was worried.
Well, and then I just forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, really?
I hate it when
You
that
just looked at
happens.
my beauty and you were taken aback by it?
I was
And yeah,
I was just knocked
you were
speechless.
just shooked.
Yeah.
Did you see?
Oh,
Yes.
that's what I was going to say. You look at those hats, and how many of them are made of put together scrap yarn?
A lot.
Yeah.
I love that. You guys all know that. I love scrap yarn. I love making my own yarn cakes out of scrap yarn. That you want to throw me to death, send me scrap yarn. I just get thrilled about it. You know, I don't care what weight it is or anything, because I'll just double it up, triple it up, till I get the right weight from, you know. But yeah. But now I hadn't, and all the different patterns and stuff, but I hadn't ever sat and looked at all the stuff I did. And then I was pulling for some other family members were sending hats too. And, you know, that had a variety of different sizes. So that was fun too, you know, and boys and girls and everything. So it was fun. It was fun. It made me feel good. It made me feel good. So, you know, there's always going to be a need for hats. And I love making hats. I don't know why. I just do. That's just my thing. I love making hats. That's primarily what I make. I sit there at night, watch YouTube or Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and I loom knit. You know, or then I'll play games on my phone too. But last night I could not loom knit at all, because Sunday is painting your nail night too, people. So, you know, you got to get out all your nail remover and, you know, your buffers and files and cuticle pushers, all that stuff. I didn't put any nail art on this time. I didn't even think about it, actually. This was that same nail polish a couple weeks ago. I told you guys that it was so thick and it never would dry. Remember, hon, a couple weeks ago? And I had to thin the crap out of it. It was that goopy.
Okay.
And yeah, I know that was going to keep you up at night.
It did.
So I decided to tell you.
Honestly, I could hardly function.
Wow.
What?
So you guys know what a can? Now, how was I supposed to say it before? What was that middle word?
I don't remember, sweetie.
But what a can and a nunnery? What does that make? A cannery. That's an official joke by me. That'll let you use it. Yeah. That's what I thought about 6 o'clock this morning instead of sleeping. And I thought, oh, that's a good one. And then the other voice said, just shut up, Teresa. Go sleep. And I'm like, okay. I guess I should go to sleep. Because I could sleep for 6 hours now. I was up at 9:30 instead. I got 3 hours sleep. No wonder some days I just want to sleep. Yesterday, all I wanted to do was sleep. Huh?
Yeah.
All we wanted to do was sleep.
Yep.
I think that's why it ends up that way, because, you know, we go 4 or 5 days with hardly any sleep, and then we're like,
Yeah.
you know. Some
Yep.
people call that the weekend, too. Which it was.
But when you're retired, you really don't have a weekend.
I know.
Every day is Saturday.
Yeah, we're starting that process where we're starting like, do you ever notice that? That now we're like, oh, we'll never go through that. We're starting that on some of the grocery items, like, oh, we'll never go through that.
Yep.
I just threw away the biggest jar, you know, the big jars at Sam's Club or Costco of the minced garlic. Yeah, I found one of those in the back of the fridge, and God knows how long it's been there, because, yeah, it was not looking right, and we just threw it away. We didn't even open it up to see what it smelled like, because the color was not right. And I thought, oh, man. It's like, I told myself, we might as well not buy another one that size. We're never going to go through it in time. You know, I would have thought that stuff would have kept longer than that.
Yeah, but, sweetie, I think we bought that in Wyoming.
No, I don't think so. I thought we bought it here in Sam's, or no, where did we go to Sam's Club at? Here.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
No.
Yeah.
We had it in the ghetto trailer.
Really? We hadn't used but maybe a tablespoon out of it.
I know.
Wow. I forgot it was there. He forgets it there. It was stuck. Okay, now, don't laugh, ladies. I know some of you are this way. You be quiet over there. I had to use the grabber in the back of the fridge. You shut up. I have to use the grabber in the dryer. There's too much. And then there's my arms. I can't. There's not enough arm reachage to get back in there. I'm trying to clean out the fridge. I can't get. There's this container. God knows what was in it. And I clean the fridge out all the time. I've known this one container has been back there for quite some time now. I've been afraid to approach it. So I finally got out the grabber and got it. Because, yeah. You're going to open it, though.
You know, last time I got close to it, it growled at me.
You get to open it, though.
Why?
Okay, you get a choice. You're either changing the poodle or you're opening that container.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. What'll it be?
That's like a death sentence.
Door number 1 or door number 2? There's no door number 3. No, there's no door number 3.
Excuse me, can I finish, please?
I don't know, can you?
But you know how Sunshine likes me to change her diaper.
I know. This Sunshine girl? Come here,
Yeah.
Jellybean. Come here. Come here, Jellybean. Come here.
She wants to tear my arm off.
Yes, she does. She doesn't like you that much.
No.
Come here. Oh, well, if you can lay on your back, I can't lift you up. I can't lift you up if you lay on your back. You have to come here. You have to come here. Come here. All right. Then you're going to lose out. Well, but anyway, so that's all we got going on, guys. I'm going to get back to riding the bike. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. I was going to ride it today, but I am. Did you notice how swollen up I'm pretty swollen today, so I need to go take care of that, like with water pills. So you get your choices. You're either going to be restricted to the bedroom. Now we got to have humor about this, guys. We're either going to be restricted to the bedroom, closer to the potty, or else you're going to ride the bike. You can't do one or the other. And if you're really, really swollen, it's very hard to ride the bike. And I already did do quite a bit of walking. So, you know, well, I did for me.
You did. No, you did. You did really
Come
well.
here.
And standing in line
For a
as
long
as
time.
You did.
Oh, come here, sweetie. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the phone's falling too. Oh, the phone's falling. Yes, that's my dehydrator right up there. And my very old wilted flowers that are now dried out. Do you see from last fall? What do you see? Are you going to get them? Are you going to get them? I still say she look good with red hair. What do you think, guys? You want to have red hair? Want to have some red hair? No? Okay. No red hair for you, right? See, my mom was gone and I was so sad. Right, Jelly Bean? Were you sad? Because your mom was gone? Did that make you a sad little panda face? I love the puppy. We finished watching Shamwari. And then there's one, is it on, yes, it's on the same thing on Netflix also, called Our Universe. We watched the first episode. It looks like, the most beautiful videos and pictures ever, you guys. It's just breathtaking, seriously. And it is where your kids could watch it. So, you know, beautiful, just like, you know, that makes you feel better. Another thing I have done real quick for the depression is I make myself get where I don't just sit on my bed. I come out to the front room. I get more sunlight. That really does help, you know, and I'm making myself get out of the house more often, you know, instead of hiding away. Right, Jelly Bean? I'm so afraid people are going to make fun of me and stuff, and it just stems from my childhood. It stems from within the home. It doesn't stem from, you know, anything else. And someday we'll really get into that, but today I don't want to. Because you have this cute little puppy who's not going to look at anybody now. You're not going to look at... You're not going to look at... You're not going to look at anybody? Can you look at them? There you go. You're almost looking at them.
Nope, she's trying to be cool.
Are you going to look at them? Look. See? There's you there. Yeah. That's you. Yeah, that's you. I know, that's you. You're such a cool puppy, aren't you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It feels so good, doesn't it? What? I know. What? Oh, I know. Are you a good girl? You were so happy to see me. So happy to have your mom home, huh? I know. She just about jumped in my arms, honey.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I barely sat down and she was on me.
Oh, you know, when you leave the house, she acts like that you've been gone for the last 20 years.
Does she act like her world has ended? Mm-hmm. She even came the other day. I was in the art studio working. Actually, I was making a wreath. And she came in there because she was so desperate to see her mom. And Brad said that Nixie was laying in the hallway right as the door ended. Right, girls? This morning I woke up and I was wedged in between a Jelly Bean and a Nixie. I'm like, hello. You know who woke me up this morning? This one again.
What?
Because she landed on me, because Nixie, okay, this is the whole story. You guys are so thrilled to know this. More tales of the dogs, right? My fur babies are my everything, so. But,
do I fit in there somewhere?
You have fur. Remember? I gave you a haircut. You had fur.
Okay.
Remember?
That works.
Anyway, she knows that if her sister, but actually the queen, actually she controls all of us. Nixie does, the giant schnauzer, but she knows if she's laying up, and it's called the window seat. It actually used to be my pillows. Now I just cover it with a blanket. You know, the pillows with a blanket in case she has any leakies or anything. And you guys know I use the dog beds to lay my head on because they have my pillows. Well, she knows if she's laying on them and her sister gets up on the bed, she needs to come off the pillows and because her sister wants on them. Nixie doesn't growl or anything. Doesn't have to. She gives the look, that motherly look. So then, what does she do? She comes and climbs up on top of me. I don't know how many mornings I wake up with her on top of me, on top of my chest or my stomach or my butt, depending how I'm laying, and I'll look over and I'll see Nixie. I'm like, yep, I know what's going on. Right? Right? Hello? But I was making fun of me the other night. Jelly Bean has to have her own dish dry because Nixie won't share. All of a sudden, because it's just the two of them. If Jelly Bean goes down to get the dry out of the bowl, Nixie charges her. She doesn't do anything to her, but she scares her. So she has her own bowl with a lid. But the other night wasn't quite good enough. I had to hold out some in my hand for her to eat. And then she wouldn't eat it out of the bowl. And I'm like, and Brad said, are you going to, last night he goes, are you going to hand feed her tonight too? It's like, no, she didn't want any last night. Did you? You didn't want any last night. Right? No, eating hasn't been too horrible. Hasn't been exactly super clean, but hasn't been super horrible either with the quit smoking. You know. So I'm watching. I have to watch it because of the diabetes. So, you know, I'm giving myself until next Monday, and then I'm gonna, make those guidelines even tighter and stuff. So, what else, honey? Anything else?
Not that I can think of, sweetie.
Do you have anything to say, Jelly Bean? Jelly Bean? Nothing to say? It's not nice. There you go. Not nice to turn your back on everybody. What's outside?
She says, I'm the princess. I don't
What's
have
outside
to be
is
nice.
so fascinating, huh? What? Look at your little face. Oh, no. Who loved a little girl? What? Okay. I saw the cutest baby today in the doctor's office, well, in the lobby. It must have been about 6 months old. And he had all the cutest facial expressions. He's watching his mom, and he gets the biggest smile. And he has the cutest little Velcro cowboy boots on. It's all the rage this year. You'll be seeing that. Mark my words, when you see bull riders only, they'll be having some Velcro cowboy boots now.
Yeah, that'll make them feel manly.
Yes. Hey, then you get out of them boots fast, it's like... They'll start the Velcro ropes instead of having it where it loops around. They can't get their hand out and get drug all over that arena. See, we grew up watching rodeos. And we've been to some bull riders only, which is my favorite. And it's just like the name entails, but yeah, we grew up watching rodeos, you know. No, I don't agree with all the practices, but, you know.
Yeah, but some of those animals, I mean, they
get better they get better medical care than we ever thought about getting.
Well, and I swear they probably have a king-size bed with satin sheets.
Massages, seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, they live well. They eat well. They're treated very well. You know, last thing they want to do is hurt their investment. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
especially those bulls, they got so much money, and the horses and everything.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Seth's go to the bathroom too.
Okay.
Yeah, let's be honest. Says we're on the honesty train right now. Anyway, I do love you guys. I cherish your friendship so very much. No, I don't know why my eye is red. I poked it. Remember last night I told you I poked my eye?
Mhm.
I don't remember why, but anyway. We do really cherish your friendship so much. You guys have been a big help and continue to be a big help. And please like and subscribe, share with your friends. If you haven't yet, become friends with me on Facebook. That's where I post the pictures, like the wreaths I made and stuff. It's where, if I have a picture to post, it'll be there. So, you know, friend request me. I'll look. Unless you're some creepoid guy that looks really weird and stuff and, you know, doesn't have any friends, but he wants to become, you know, he's in some foreign country and wants to become friends with, you know, a ton of us women. It's like, no, go play in your, you know, field in your own country or your own backyard or something. But, I'll accept. Remember, do something nice for somebody else. And then do something nice for yourself. And, as always, because we all feel so bad for little Brad man. Don't we? Don't we, honey? Don't we feel bad for you?
Not badly enough.
Not badly enough?
Not
Why?
badly enough. Just
Why?
not bad. The adoration and the comforting.
What can we do to make your life better?
I'll make a list.
Of things you're not ever getting. Okay. Checking it twice. Everybody say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.